Hello. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Last week, you all began your journey north through the town of Weldmire, where you tracked down a rumor of a gold dragon quite aggressively before being confronted and deciding, maybe better not. As you guys were headed back down the mountain, is where we left off, and is where we will pick up. As you head back to town, what would you all like to do?
I'd like to look for mushrooms.
Okay.
I guess seeing Farzu foraging would remind Fair that they have the recipe for healing potions. Farzu, have you tried making potions of healing before?
No, I have not.
I got a recipe from the general store. I'm
Oh,
not much of an alchemist myself, but if you'd like to copy down the recipe from me, I'll show you at least the pictures that I have of the plants that I copied.
sure.
Okay. Make a nature check for me, Farzu.
23.
Okay. There are mushrooms that are growing in this part of the forest, but none that look particularly non-poisonous.
Any of the herbs that Bear showed me?
Oh, you have keen mind, don't you?
Uh-huh. I do.
Make another nature check.
While this is happening, I think Dietrich is just on horseback watching our six, make sure nothing's following us down the mountain.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
17.
Okay.
Not the greatest.
Perception 24.
Okay. You find probably like 4 bunches of each herb you need for the recipe.
Oh, nice. Guess I know what I'm making. You said 4 bunches, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, you aren't being followed,
Good to know.
but you get the shaking, but you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
I mean, there are probably at least 2 dragons in these mountains that we know of. That doesn't shock me.
It would
We
not.
just need to
Yeah.
like move expeditiously to get out of their territory.
Yeah, we have till nightfall, so I'm just walking, just doing my thing.
I'm just channeling Hetty over here eating my salad.
All right. And expeditiously down the mountain, you can go back into the town of Weldmire.
Is there a place to buy, like, something to hold the healing potions in?
Like like the actual vials that you need. Yes,
Cool.
maybe.
Can I try to stop on the by there as we walk in?
Okay.
Where is it?
I guess I remember where the general store is since Mary and I went there yesterday, so I can
Yeah.
direct the others to where that is.
Okay. Cool. Easily doable. All right. How many vials are you looking for? Just enough, or do you want to get extras?
All I'm gonna get is I don't know, how much do they cost? 'Cause that's really the main point. Like, what do they cost?
That is a very, very good question.
They're super cheap, as I recall.
Vials are cheap. The ones for the healing potions are not.
Ah, okay. Never mind me then.
Yeah, they're a gold a piece.
Baker's dozen?
Okay. Easily doable with the amount they have.
We'll say well actually make it even for me for 20. Because I'd like to
Okay.
make some good mushroom juice and put them in there and hand them off to people.
Gonna buy 20.
Yeah. Do I get a deal?
No.
Can I sell them? Oh,
They're a general good. Like they actually sell. So no.
all right. Yeah, I'll take 20.
Great.
20 gold?
Yes, 20 gold.
Okay. I hand over the 20 gold. And do I have to make a custom?
Nope.
No.
I will add them to your inventory. They're an actual 5th edition item.
Oh, cool.
Well, actually, you don't have your backpack equipped, do you? I'll just add it to your equipment.
Oh yeah, maybe I don't have a backpack. Maybe I should find one of those.
Now I'm just imagining the limes meme. Why can't I hold all these vials?
I got pockets. Yeah, do they have a backpack? Since now I'm carrying more stuff than I was before.
No.
No?
No, you should seriously have a backpack. I don't know what you did with it.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's
No.
mostly a cosmetic thing because
Yeah.
like you can carry the weight you can carry. Like having a backpack is just like what you're assumed to have like pouches and bags and everything else to carry whatever
Yeah.
you're carrying. But
Okay.
like if it's a bag of holding, then okay, you can carry a lot more weight. But like a mundane backpack doesn't actually matter that much.
Okay. I fix then.
Okay. Great.
Have they gotten anything new in here since yesterday?
They have not.
Okay.
So you'll borrow this one. But you've read it twice. It's okay. It's my favorite.
Goes the baker with his tray like always. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, girl.
I'm 1,000% gonna listen to the hood version of that song later when session's over. And if you haven't
I'm
heard it,
gonna
you need to.
I'm gonna listen to the Hey Girl version. You ever see that one?
Yes.
That was big on YouTube like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl.
That song is so easy to parody. Anywho, as you all arrive back in town, probably early to mid afternoon, is there anything else you all would like to do after your foray to the store?
What time of day is it?
Probably
Like
like
you
2
said,
o'clock. Probably
mid-afternoon?
like 2 o'clock.
I think Dietrich's probably really hungry at this point. If we're not eating ration packs today, I think a meal would do us good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather pay for a meal while we're in a place where we know we can, rather than eat a valuable ration.
Yeah.
Any other interesting looking places to eat? Change of pace from the tavern where we've been staying, maybe?
That is the only game in town. It is a one tavern town.
Do we want to stay one more night? If we hit the road this evening, I don't know how far we'd get.
I'd rather start it nice and early myself.
One more night then.
Would give me time to brew these health potions.
Yep.
Yeah, pay for a meal and rooms.
Yeah.
Dietrich, do you want to share a room again?
Whatever you like.
So, yes.
Certainly. So how much was everything again?
It was 2 gold a night at the inn. Wait, was it?
Was that,
Double
all
check.
right.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, 2 gold a
one,
night.
yeah.
2
So
gold a
one
night.
from each of the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then the meal was 4 silver.
Vegetarian was, yeah.
What was
Meat was
meat
7.
meal? 7.
Yep.
Okay.
What is on the menu for lunch?
You mean for the day?
Yeah.
Let me pull that up. Um, the vegetarian is a flatbread with like roasted veggies on top of it. And then they have what they will tell you is a moose cutlet, like a steak, and then they also have a stuffed pepper with the tougher parts of the moose that have been stewed down.
Stick with the vegetarian.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had moose before. It should be interesting.
I'll try the steak. You said it was 7 for the
Yes.
meat.
Yes.
2 more moose over here.
All right.
Moose as well.
Of course.
Am I the only one that doesn't always eat meat?
I don't always eat meat. Just depends on how I'm feeling. I have no preference either way.
Eh,
I'm basically a wolf. No plants, saying no thank you.
I just enjoy things that are delicious. I never really saw the point of limiting myself.
In
Why
any
do
capacity.
why do you not eat it?
tends to upset my stomach a little.
That's a fine reason.
We don't like from where I'm from. We don't really eat much meat. It's more of a eat more like fungus and different stuff like that.
Well, I don't suppose there's a whole lot of game that lives underground, right?
Not in the deep underground, anyways.
Right.
There's still things to hunt and plenty of
Mm.
fishing to be had. It's just quite different from what we find up here.
Yeah,
I'm fond of fish, but entirely different preparation here on the surface.
they've been
Like you
yeah
cook them for starters.
right.
And I'd love to see it someday. Sounds just like a whole second world down there.
Well, I won't promise to take you. I'm not sure I would like to go back, but I suppose
Oh,
there are
I
other
don't.
places than where I grew up that we could explore.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting you take me home or anything, Fair. I'm not sure we're there yet. Just in general, the Underdark sounds interesting.
Underdark is no longer my home.
Well, I suppose Wilmeth is no longer mine.
I don't know if I will ever be able to go back.
I imagine not for the same reasons, but I understand the feeling.
Oh, I think all three of us wanderers all have different reasons, but
And Dietrich, I wouldn't want to introduce you to my mother. I would kill you myself and save us both the trouble.
don't threaten me with a good time, Fair.
They pull out one of their daggers and just start sort of like twirling it between their fingers while they eat.
Are we another Dick's Club?
My God. Really?
No.
No.
You can
I,
you
I
can ask you can ask Dietrich about his father at some point if you want. Ideally when he's had a few drinks, but
I think I could make that dagger of yours fire.
What, mine?
Yes.
Just for
Got
fun?
yeah. I got this fire glass.
Well, if you'd like to try, Farrell hand it over.
Above game, I don't know what all I need to do to make that happen.
A
But I guess
lot.
when
you
A
know, work
lot.
on it every day for a year.
Yeah, pretty
So,
much. No.
I don't know.
No. You would need a crucible hot enough to melt the fire glass, and you would need a blacksmith's help, and then you would need an arcana check to make the dagger.
Okay.
No
Farzi doesn't really
blacksmiths
know.
in this party.
Nope.
Doesn't know exactly how to do it, and he's just kind of taking the knife and the fire glass and trying to like stick them together and yeah, doesn't seem to be working. Might have to figure out how to do this.
I think you might need to like melt stuff down, Barzu.
That makes sense.
I don't think you can just stick metal on metal and have it work.
I'll hand the dagger back to them.
Okay.
That Chad, we're gonna have to figure out how to do this.
All right. I guess when I'm done eating, I'll start working on copying down the healing potion recipe on another page that I can pass along to Farzu.
Okay.
And after the meal is done, Dietrich will just order a glass of whiskey, just kind of find a quiet corner of the bar and people watch.
Okay.
Sipping his whiskey, and he's doing the coin trick where you skip it back and forth between your knuckles with just a gold coin, just absent-mindedly.
Cool.
How much is the whiskey?
Let me double check. Pull it up from last week. Shit, I accidentally closed out the tab. Sorry. Whiskey is a gold piece.
Roger that.
Does anybody else have any afternoon plans?
Nope.
Great.
I'm actually going to get a glass of whiskey and just go over and find a corner as well, kind of away from Dietrich, just thinking.
Before joining them, I'd probably want to see about making this health potions.
Alrighty. It's very easy. Okay. Do you have proficiency with an herbalism kit?
I do.
Okay. Super easy. All you do is put the herbs in the herbalism kit in the vials because you have herbalism kit proficiency and they're ready in 24 hours.
Oh. How many
like
does it make?
It
Easy
makes,
bake oven.
It's like an easy bake oven. You will make 4 in 24 hours.
4?
Mm-hmm.
So a bundle per potion?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is how I will measure out herbs always is.
Okay. Sounds easy to me.
The other higher ones have like DCs and stuff on them, but base healing potions are not difficult to manufacture.
Okay. I'll sit there, put all that together, and grab a.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
That was a hiccup.
Everything okay?
Whoa. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. The Discord was just like, no, we don't want you to function anymore. But it's
Stream
really
went
funny
black, too.
because
Well,
Katie,
yeah,
you
the
froze.
stream
and then,
went black when you left, but now it's
Yeah,
working again.
Katie
Yeah.
froze, then Megs froze, but I could still hear you talking and see you moving, so I thought it was fine. And then, boom, gone.
He shouldn't have updated Discord.
Yeah, apparently. Live and learn. But yeah, no, that's how healing potions work. And then, unless you absolutely fail the DC, if you just fail it somewhat, they downgrade. So like if you get the stuff to make a greater and you fail the roll by less than like 5, I think it is. I don't have it up in front of me. It makes a regular healing potion. So it's not super punishing.
So the herbs that I got collected, I can only make regular ones.
Correct. You do not know the recipes for the other ones yet.
Quest.
Bum 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 bum.
Side quests.
Okay.
It's like Skyrim, just start eating bees out of your pocket to see what they do.
Hey, I did that with the mushrooms, and I made
God,
a drink.
God, Skyrim is like top tier prop comedy, basically.
Yeah, like unintentionally.
It's like, somebody was talking about like, what would you do if somebody came up to you and to regain health, ate like 1,000 wheels of cheese in front of you? Anywho,
Or
yeah.
like gender's what's in your pants. Oh, then my gender is an enchanted battle axe, 2 health potions I'll never use, and a bee.
I'm gonna try magic this run 4 hours later. Why am I a stealth archer again? If you've ever played Skyrim, you know the struggle, guys. You know the struggle.
Try it in VR. It's even worse.
Anywho. Yeah, actually, I will send you the whole potions thing, actually, while I'm thinking about it before I forget. Frodo. But anyways, yeah, as you people watch, it's kind of interesting for you, Dietrich, because you realize, like, half of these people you probably used to be pirates.
Yeah. I think I can probably pick up on certain
Yeah.
mannerisms or slang terms. It's like
Yeah. With your
I
passive
vi-
perception, you definitely
Yeah,
pick up on
like
a lot of it here, yeah.
I vaguely remember maybe I saw that guy once or twice 4 years ago or something like that.
Pirates don't retire, they run away and hide.
Yeah. But once it's sort of into the evening,
Yeah.
I think Dietrich will take a walk around town a bit just to kind of explore a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah. Any place in particular?
Is there a temple of Umberlee here?
There is I wouldn't describe it as a temple. I would say in this place there is a small chapel near the water for her. Here.
Yeah. I'll head over in that direction.
Yeah. As you walk in, it's unstaffed at the current moment. There is at the end of this kind of, instead of where like in a traditional Catholic place, there would be like the table at the front, and it's not. It's this kind of rock carved out of like sea rock that kind of comes up into like a crashing wave with candles kind of placed in the crevices and things that have been melted, and over time wax is kind of built up where people can continue to put them and burn candles and things.
And is this like right on the water?
Yeah, it's right next to the water.
Okay. Any like, are there images of Umberlee or any iconography? on the walls or anything like that? Or
Besides
is
the
it
besides
more
like the
simple?
double crashing wave symbology that is associated with her,
Hmm.
nothing. There's no like actual images of her here.
Okay. And there's no one else here?
Not at the moment.
I will take a moment and pull out the same gold coin that I was uh like, turning over in my hand back in the bar.
Yeah.
And I'll look at the altar and kind of look over both shoulders just to make sure nobody's looking at me.
Mhm.
And I'll start to pray. Oh, Queen of the Depth, forgive me if I fuck this up. I've never exactly prayed before. I'm new at this. But you've seen fit to drown me once already. Yet I'm still here, for reasons I don't understand, and perhaps never will. But as long as I am still here, I'd like a chance to repay the debt. Help me keep my friends alive. Show me how to send my enemies to join you in a watery grave. Make me the executor of your will, and the sea will overflow with offerings to you. And with that, I'll walk out of the chapel and flip the gold coin into the water.
Okay. You just kind of hear it splash into the water, waves crashing up. Not unsimilar to the sound of the waves crashing on the deck of a ship as they've kind of built up this wall, this stone wall here to keep the town from flooding.
Mm-hmm.
And just the silence of the wave hitting the rock over and over again.
And then I think on the way back to the tavern, I'll see if there's a place where I can get some blue paint.
All the things I thought I'd roll a D100 for tonight. Does blue paint exist in this town is not one of them. Grab my days. I mean, there is a general goods store.
Yeah.
But is it wood paint or is it metal paint?
It's washed off.
Dietrich
It's
doesn't.
acrylic.
Dietrich doesn't know the difference.
Yeah. What are you even?
But
trying
then he
to get
might
the
burn
paint
his
for?
hands or something. I don't know. I was just being chatty for a minute.
I know.
Wood
Yeah,
paint or
I'll
metal?
paint that can go on my shield.
Is your shield metal or wood? I always forget.
I'm not actually sure we ever decided.
Pretty sure it is metal because it is a
The Sentinel shield.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because it already, like, the Sentinel shield already has the symbol of an eye on it, which I painted purple
Mm-hmm.
back in Roguewater.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna buy some blue paint and paint like the two crashing waves kind of around the eye, so it looks
I can dig it.
like the waves are crashing around this eye in the middle.
I will say, unfortunately,
And
it does look like.
and
Unfortunately, it does look like wood paint. Like it's not going to stick to the shield if you go to the general goods store.
well, see
Try it
what I
anyway.
can manage,
Try it
but
anyway.
try it anyway. Get better stuff later.
Make
But
a
with your permission, I'll call that my holy symbol
cool.
when I get to the right time.
Yeah. Is that next level already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I'll. So how much does the paint cost?
Give me 1 second. I had it, and I
Should I just pay the cost of a holy symbol? If that's what we're doing.
yeah, probably,
Okay.
because I don't know how much a holy symbol is. I forgot.
An emblem holy symbol that you would have on a shield costs 5 gold.
Okay, yeah, that's what I found for paint. Like a bucket of paint on Wikidot. So that works.
Cool, and I'll just add the emblem to my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
I'll head back 6 gold poorer
Cool.
because I flipped one into the ocean.
Great. All right. What do the rest of you all want to do with your evenings here?
Drink.
Mess with the baby. Yeah.
I guess Fair will stay in sort of like the main public area of the tavern and read. Probably like back near a wall. But since they don't need comprehend languages anymore, they'll work on reading. What was the one they were working on before? The Founding of Odoron. Wrong one. The Rise of Odoron.
Okay. Make an intelligence check for me, please.
22.
Okay. You find where you left off. Odoron, for a long period of peace between the city-states, was thrown into turmoil by the magocracy because, like all good mages, they wanted more power, they wanted more land, they wanted to be on certain ley lines to conduct certain experiments, and these other city-states that were on the continent were on them. And it began a long period of tumultuous relationships between all of them.
Between the city-states of Odoron, or
Between the city-states on the continent of Odoron.
Okay, okay. How long had the peace lasted before that?
Almost a couple hundred years since the city-states popped up.
Okay.
And also the magocracy of Odoron, not the continent. Obviously, wielding magic gave them the upper hand in most of their engagements during this period. Which is what would
Any record of-
ultimately lead to their rise of power.
Okay. Any mention of interaction with the rest of the world outside?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's what you can get through in the evening.
Oh, yeah. Any mention of any gods, or I guess religion in general, like particularly keeping an eye out for our not friend, but any mentions of him or anyone else?
No.
Okay. Or I guess like any state religion at all?
Not from the perspective of the people writing the book.
Okay. Who were the writers? Were they like, I guess, employed by the mages, or are
You
they
would
like
imagine
dissenters writing their own history?
You would imagine based off of the perspective in the wording choices surrounding some of these things, like committing war crimes with magic, that it was written by some form of people related to Odoron writing their own history.
Okay.
So it's all like an attempt to justify the war crimes, essentially?
Pretty
or...
much.
Cool. All right. Thanks.
Of course. If nobody has anything else they'd like to do this evening.
I'm gonna make some acid.
Okay.
Drinking whiskey, and then before I go to sleep, I'll make acid.
Yep. That's the
Don't-
proper
don't
order
drop-
in those sentences. That's the...
Don't drop it though.
No, I won't. I won't.
You shouldn't drop acid right before bed.
You shouldn't take acid.
You probably shouldn't look in a mirror either.
Come on.
Boo. Anyway, yeah, if acid is the last thing people want to make before bed, everybody can get their long rest buttons if they need to.
And during the night, during a moment in bed, I think Dietrich would like to ask Fair about their tattoo. And he'll just sort of be kind of tracing it with one finger and asking, like, this is beautiful. What does this mean?
Do you really want to keep asking? It will kill the mood if I answer. Or would you prefer I remain fascinating and mysterious?
I think Dietrich is sort of taken aback at that response. And I think he says nothing, indicating that I think he prefers fascinating and mysterious.
Fair will just say it was a punishment and I was tortured and left with this. If you'd like to know more.
I'd like to know whatever you care to tell me.
Remember I told you that someone had put a price on my head. This is the bounty, written in Undercommon for the people, for my people, my fellow drow. I don't know if the person who posted it would make good on the deal at all. I wouldn't trust her. But I was left with this mark as a sign of her displeasure with me. I'd like to get rid of it if at all possible. But you're right,
Oh.
it does look nice in the meanwhile.
No, I'm sorry. I can't read Undercommon, at least not without a little help. But no, there's I didn't realize it was that. It does sound like something we should try to get rid of.
Suppose just Keeping it hidden has gotten me this far, but don't tell any of the others.
Of course not. I don't think we should get rid of it because somebody might see it. I think we should try to get rid of it because it's obviously a painful memory, and nobody wants to walk around with physical signs of a painful memory just on display.
Don't really care why, I just like it gone. Although I must admit I was tempted to make the request when the Lord of the Nine Hells offered a boon. I thought he might be the one who'd be able to remove it, but considering how I got it in the first place, would have been foolish of me to ask him, and I'm not sure who I would trust to help me get rid of it.
How did you get it in the first place?
I told you I was tortured.
Okay, that's how, but why? What was your alleged crime?
I displeased the goddess Lolth.
Oh,
Not enough. She didn't care enough to kill me herself. She would prefer seeing my own people tear me apart. And so she left me with this, knowing that my mother or the other houses in the place where in Miramet, the other Lolthite houses in Miramet would kill me in an instant if they thought they could gain Lolth's blessing for doing so.
your own mother, really?
She would be first in line, one of Lolth's most devoted servants.
I'm sorry. That, that sounds terrible.
I just try not to think about it anymore. I've left the Underdark a century ago. I have no plans to go back.
Yeah, no, that would do it. I wouldn't want to go back either.
It seems there's plenty of the surface to explore now that I'm following with you all.
The surface can be quite fun. Can also suck, but take the good with the bad.
Of course.
I I mean, given our interactions with the Lord of the Nine Hells, I'm not sure either of us is the expert on how to please the gods. But and I'll kind of nod toward my shield resting in the corner with the new wave painted on it. I'm hoping I can figure it out this time.
I've given up on trying. I frankly should just avoid them entirely. I don't want to get tangled up in their business. Make my own way. And I would warn you against entangling yourself with them as well, based on the lessons that I've learned, but I imagine you're enough of a free spirit that my warnings might not make much of a difference to you.
Probably not, but worn away.
Just be careful they don't ask you for too much.
Mom really hasn't asked me for anything yet. I just spoke to a couple drowned priests in Roguewater.
Drowned like they were dead, or is this just some name they give
No,
themselves?
yeah, that's just what they call themselves. Tripped me up at first too. I thought they meant they were literally drowned, and of course, as I was literally drowned, I took a second to figure out what they were talking about. But
Is that some sort of requirement for their priesthood to have drowned and had it not take?
I'm not sure it's a requirement, but I certainly doesn't hurt. But I don't know. Umberly seems uncomplicated. Not like the Lord of the Nine Hells. There's no grand master plan here. She just wants to drown sailors. And that's something I can be very good at. I can think of a few people who could use drowning.
And what if she suggests someone and you don't like the idea of drowning them? What then?
I suppose I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Pray that you don't have to.
And thinking about all of that now, I think Dietrich will just say goodnight and get to sleep.
Farah will move over to the one of the chairs, I guess, in the corner of the room and sit there to slip into their trance for the night.
Everybody at their long rest buttons. As you all awaken the next morning to the lovely smell of breakfast cooking at the tavern. Except for those who have already been up from their trance for a couple hours at this point.
It was what, 4 silver for breakfast?
4 silver per plate, yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm already sitting there with like a cup of coffee, just looking as they come down.
Coffee lock. Alright. So you all fill up your plates and sit down and get settled in the morning. The day is yours.
Yeah. I move back and start saddling up my horse.
Okay.
Same.
Pack up all the books and things and get ready to travel.
The hell did I put the horses' names? There we go. Copying them onto a second document so I don't forget them.
You should just say them, because I didn't write them down either.
Okay, so Nymeria's is peaches because he lacks peaches. Farzu's is sky with a Y, but it's not where you think it is because they can't spell because they're a horse. You named yours Asriel.
Mm-hmm.
And Fair named theirs Isilme. Isilme, I believe. And then I don't know if Emerus actually spoke and got the name of his horse or not, or wanted to name his own.
No, I can't speak to animals anymore. And I'm just not going to give it a name because I know it has one. I can understand its feelings towards it, though, because I have.
Gonna
I have
name his
that.
horse Wolf, so he's never too far away.
It's just a horse named Horse.
So it's just horse right now.
I mean, you could ask me to ask it what its name is.
I'm probably going to do that. I just haven't done that yet.
All right.
At least my horse can understand me. I just can't understand him.
Is your horse amazing? And does it smell just like raisins?
No, if you give it a lick, it tastes just like raisins.
I don't like animals. I'm sorry.
And if you stroke on its mane, it turns into a plane.
Oh, it can fly.
And then it turns back again when you tug on its winky. Ooh, that's dirty. Well, you think so. Yes, I remember all the damn Weebum songs. Don't make me bring them out. Anywho. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you leave town for the day?
What's the weather like when we get up?
Somebody needs to roll for the travel day.
Ooh, I want to
Okay.
roll dice.
Okay.
It's a 16.
Get on my wilderness kit.
Sorry, it's been a while since I rolled dice. Except in the other campaign where we killed someone.
It is. Seems like it might be unseasonably hot for fall down here in the southern hemisphere. But it shouldn't matter because Rustport is closer to the Kotvert, and then Rustport are closer to the equator of the planet than anything else. So
Was it sunny? I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
it is sunny.
Okay.
Sunny and unseasonably hot today as you all head out of town. I assume you guys are continuing north to Kotvert. Or Cover. You're French.
And Hunt Verde if you're from the Midwest.
Verte. Ugh. Oh, bother. Yeah, it's unseasonably hot as you guys travel along. If there's anything you want to do.
Can I
No,
look
just-
for more herbs?
And I'm doing my same, like, keep an eye out.
Perception check Farzu, perception check Dietrich.
Actually,
Passive,
help Farzu.
Yeah, you can help him roll with advantage.
passive 21.
Okay.
You said
I was going to give him guidance.
You guys are on horses. It's kind of hard to.
Oh, he's on a horse? I
Yeah, he
didn't
has a
realize that.
pony.
I didn't know if he had jumped off to look for the herbs, so I was going to jump off with him.
Yeah.
He's on a horse.
He's on a horse.
Look down,
for
back
now.
up. I'm on a horse.
Look at your man. Now back at me. Now back at your man. Now back at me.
Pause. What was the perception check?
17.
Did you roll with advantage?
The other one was a 2.
Okay. It is very hard on horseback at the speed you all are traveling to make out the herbs in time to get them. Now, to Dietrich's point, look at your man now, back to me, now back to your man, now back to me. Now, sadly, your man's not me, but your man could smell like me if he started using Old Spice. Look down, back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. He stopped using that other deodorant and switched to Old Spice. Look at your hand. Now it's in mine. It's an oyster. Inside of it, 2 tickets to the thing you love. Look down, back up. The oyster is now diamonds. Anything's possible when your man smells like an Old Spice, man. I'm on a horse.
Fucking love Terry Crews.
That's not Terry Crews. It's Isaiah
No,
Mustafa.
it's not Terry Crews.
It's
Yeah.
Isaiah Mustafa.
Well, he looks like Terry Crews to me.
That's why they got Terry Crews to later do commercials with them. I also don't know how the hell, like 12 years later, I remember all of it.
Well, now I need to share the fanfic with the rest of you.
Oh no!
You do.
Oh,
The Old
no.
That's
Spice
so
guy.
good.
Oh,
The Old
no.
Spice guy crossover with Beowulf.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
It's like an epic poem about the Old
Oh,
Spice guy,
God.
written in the style of Beowulf, and it's mwah, it's
My
so
second
good.
favorite thing on the internet.
I don't want to know what your first is.
You've already seen it. It was the complete history of the Soviet Union arranged to the melody of Tetris.
Oh right.
It was also very good.
Anywho, as you guys head out, is there anything else you guys would like to do with your travel day before we get too deranged here?
Farrah's just sort of
Before we
admiring the
get
scenery
too
and keeping an
deranged?
eye out.
Okay. Yeah, with your passive, you don't notice anything really during your travel day.
I know you guys can't see it, but something's up because all 3 of the cats are laying next to each other on the floor.
Aww.
Like, they're never, all 3 of them together are never this close ever. So something is being plotted.
Your imminent demise. Or is there like a heating pad?
No,
Yeah.
they're just
Or is
on the
like
floor.
is one of the planets in retrograde or something?
I think Venus is still in the microwave.
Oh, okay.
Mars bar is in retro shop. Bro, I fucking can't with what you sent me. I can't. Anywho.
So true.
Ooh, this should be good.
I'll send it to you too, Dietrich.
Oh, okay.
Fair. I think that's understandable. You're saying that is understandable, Emrys.
What?
Not you. This time.
It's things that Rai needs to know. Sorry.
Yeah. As you guys wind down in terms of travel during the day, is there anything specifically you all want to do? Once you make camp, etc.
You'll have to explain that to me later, Ang.
Oh, I will gladly explain it to you later, too.
Okay. Sounds good. It's a date.
Great. I'm just uploading that and pinning it before I forget.
Are there any mushrooms around? Make that lovely drink again.
Make a perception check.
Make a tripping 1 ball check.
Or no, nature check, sorry.
Nature.
Yeah.
$18.
Okay. There are cool mushrooms around, but not like the ones from before.
Do I know what the mushrooms that are around are? Are they edible or psychedelic?
They look edible.
Are they edible more than once?
Oh, well, the hope.
They look like more edible varieties, but you really don't have a specialization in above ground mushrooms. You got lucky last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I use any of my knowledge that I have about nature
Yeah,
to see if I can find some?
Make a nature check or a medicine check. I think they're both might be intelligence though.
It's okay. I rolled an 18 for a 21.
Cool.
Medicine is 21. Nature is 8.
They are edible mushrooms. They're not very flavorful or good to eat, but they're not poisonous mushrooms.
I'm just gonna share that knowledge with him.
They're-
It won't kill you, but you won't like them.
Amaris, can you teach me about like the plants up here?
I don't really know much of them. It's just some clues about the shape and the color, and that's about it. Like I can't tell you what plant is what. It's not where I'm from.
If
If we were in
not what plant is what, but like what to
Like,
look for up
Above
here.
game, you are only about like 2 degrees north latitude of where like your home is. So like this vegetation is not foreign to you. It's not familiar, but it's also not foreign.
yeah, so like I can explain to him like the shape of the mushroom or the
Yeah.
color patterns and
Yeah.
things like that, which I'll share that knowledge with him
What
as
to
we
watch out
go
for.
on,
Yeah.
what things to not eat.
Okay.
Well, not even things to not eat, the things that will kill you most likely. So we'll just have that conversation as we're riding. That way we can not have to roleplay
Yeah.
out me describing mushrooms.
But it sounds so much fun.
So much
Does it
fun.
sound fun?
So much fun, yeah.
We're
What,
not
we
going to
c-
be a
we
bunch of
could be
fun guys.
guy?
No, I don't eat fun guys.
There's so many jokes that can be made with that sentence.
Yeah, I'm not
There's a
touching
lot
that
of
one.
Not touching
I
that
set
one.
you up. I
Wow.
literally set you up to spike, okay?
Nope, not touching it.
Nope,
Not
nope.
touching it.
I
So you only
tried.
eat the bad ones?
Look. Look, Emrys, you can eat whatever kind of guys you want. I don't judge. I don't judge. I of all people don't judge.
I was gonna say you're one to talk if you judge. I mean, we've seen your taste in bartenders even. They'll kill you.
Tatiana is a saint, and I won't hear another bad word about her.
I'm not saying she's not a saint, but she scares me.
Good.
That sounds like a you problem.
If anyone tries to kill me, they have to deal with eagles. Ask Mr. Badunkadunk.
You can't get very far in Roguewater in business without a little intimidation.
I was gonna say without eating guys. Wait, what?
No, you can get pretty far without eating guys.
Sorry. You set that one up a little bit.
Did that was great. Can I just have a point for the setup there?
No.
Damn it. I'm trying tonight to get them.
I know.
Running low, are we?
I have 2. I've used them all in the other campaign.
Oh, dude. So your points of inspiration, are they like per player or per character?
They're
Like
cumulative.
yeah. Oh, are they? Because
Yeah.
I've been keeping Alvin's and Dietrich's separate. Because Dietrich has a bunch and Alvin
Nope,
has like
they're
none.
they're cumulative.
Ooh, okay. Good to know.
He said that in the very first meeting that we had in our first session. So that's why I was like, ooh, I'll remember that.
Oh, that part I
That's why he digs for
just
points. That's
forgot.
why he digs for points on Wednesday so he can use them Monday. I see.
I
we
mean-
need them
I
on
s-
Monday.
I see.
Yeah. Well, also, I have the lucky feat on Wednesday, but I don't have it on Monday. So it's like I can accumulate inspirations and not need to use them here and then use them on Monday.
Yeah.
How far are we able to travel during the day?
You guys will probably make it to Covert by evening tomorrow.
Okay. So we're like halfway-ish.
Halfway
Roughly.
there.
Living
roughly.
on a prayer.
Oh, we're halfway.
But that is because the road from like Weldmeyer to Covert is like a straight shot. From here on out, like the road follows the coast up
Yeah.
more. So it'll be a little bit more raggedy.
Okay.
Sure.
Just for reference.
I want to get so quite a bit of a ways north and east of Covert, just south of Killorn. There's a town called Ballmouth.
It's Balmouth.
Sure, I want to go to Ballmouth. See what's there.
It's Balmouth.
It's ball and gag mouth.
That's Balmouth.
Ballmouth.
Balmouth.
Balmer.
That pretty much, that was the fucking joke.
Yeah.
That was the fucking joke.
I'll probably get there. I have an intelligence of 8. I'll probably get there and just start calling it Ballmouth all the time.
It's just like there's also Narfolk, which is how weird people pronounce Norfolk.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, seriously, in English, that would be Balmouth.
Yeah. No, I know that. Dietrich doesn't know that, and it's
Sorry.
funny.
Sorry, in King's English, it would be Balmouth. In America, we'd call it Ballmouth, just like we call it dumb fries.
Dumb fries.
Yep. Instead of Dumfries. All right. As you're all making camp for the evening and eating rations, is there anything anybody would like to do?
We are
Make
eating
more
rations.
acid.
Make more acid? Okay.
Eating rations. There are my
I'll
rations.
take care of setting up the tiny hut.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to Emerson and ask how he's doing.
I'm fine. I'm just there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of different animals out here. It's different. It's far from where I live, but not that far. It's near, but far enough that it's different.
Lots of animals?
Yeah, I can hear them in the forest as we travel.
Ah,
They mean us no harm, though. I can tell that from the sound. If they did, I would say something, but it's best to leave them to their own.
I'm gonna try my luck at finding some more herbs.
Okay. Make a nature check.
Nature?
Yep.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Okay.
Can I give him guidance? Because we were just talking right next to each other and it's check.
Fair. That's fair.
And we have had the conversation about what will kill him and not kill him, and I want to help him not die.
Yeah.
So I add a D4.
Yes.
Yes, roll a d4.
So 28.
Okay. You find enough to make 6 potions.
Nice.
Also, your 4 that you made yesterday are ready if you want to hand them out.
Okay, I'll hand. Well, ask. Does anyone want a potion? I got 2 ready, or 4 ready.
I currently have 1 regular healing potion. But I don't know
Okay.
what everybody else has.
I have 1 regular.
1 to Dietrich, 1 to Fair.
I have a greater and an everlasting, so you two take them. I'm
Okay.
okay not taking one.
I'll give 2 to
I also
Dietrich.
have 2 regular healing. Yeah, I don't need none.
I think I'm
Jeez,
the
now we
last
know-
person to need one.
Now we know where all the healing potions went.
All right, so you're giving me 1.
2.
2 each?
2?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Because I
Yeah,
got
thank
that. I think I got that never-ending one too.
Somebody did.
A never-ending
I
potion.
took
Yeah.
Lucius's. Yeah.
Okay. Chat will take a healing potion for Friday, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hand them out and do all that. And who's taking watch?
No, I'll take first watch as usual.
I will take second.
Okay. Both you can make perception checks for me.
$20. Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my passive 17 because I rolled a 9.
All right. The night goes without incidents. Once again, in the wilds, even just off of the road, and in the tiny hut, you can hear animals coming through what would be the camp, but seeming to leave the magic of the tiny hut alone. Whether it's the actual magic of it itself or just the color is something they're not used to. So they come close, but not close enough for you to see them through the tree lines as the night passes. Slowly, but without problem. As you all awaken in the morning. Or the rest of you awake in the morning. Somebody besides Emrys can roll for the travel day, please.
I'll roll.
Sorry,
Yep.
what was that?
Did you already do it?
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
He's scared what his
14.
roll's gonna do.
A good solid 14.
Evens or odds?
Odds.
Okay. Roll on the d20 table, please. It was evens, by the way. It was a 2.
Okay. D20 is 17.
Okay. It is noticeably crisp in the morning when you all leave the tiny hut this morning compared to the heat of yesterday, as if a cold front has come through overnight. And as you all start saddling up your horses, the first snow of the fall seems to start falling around you.
It was so warm yesterday. This weather is just so random.
Take a point.
Oh, I remember what this is.
Thank you, sir.
So yes, that means it is overcast today, by the way, Fair. It doesn't seem to be sticking to the ground, outside of like splotches where it is shadier. But there is a light snowfall.
It was so warm yesterday. The snow's just going to turn into a slushy mess. Should hopefully we get to our destination tonight, and then we can bunker down there for a couple days until it clears up.
As you start to head out on the road, we'll take our break there. See you guys back here in a few minutes. right, welcome back. Perfect. I timed it with the song end even. Hell yeah. About an hour and a half into your travel today, I need everyone to make a perception check for me, please.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And you said it's
Well,
not.
don't say that. If you say that,
Ooh.
Passive 19.
Dietrich had a 25.
23.
21.
18.
18. Up ahead in the path, as you come around a bend, probably about 100 feet in front of you, there is a rock off to the side of the trail. That is the first thing you notice. Similar size and color to rocks that have been along the trail. This is near the coast. Things of that nature do, and obviously, like, rocks exist. Birds don't exist, they're government drones, but that's a whole other thing. But rocks exist. But the rock almost distracts you, but all of you are able to see past it, and not past the rock in the literal sense, because it is what draws your eye. But in the road, there is a abandoned cart directly besides the rock.
Does it look like the cart like hit the rock, or it just happens
It
to be
is
next to it?
stopped in the middle of the trail, directly next to the rock.
Okay.
Would I, in my history as just generally a person of ill repute, would I suspect that this might be some kind of trap?
Make an insight check.
With advantage because of how ill your repute is.
No, but I thought about it for a second.
That is an 18.
Okay. It is odd. You would know more like plays that people would run in towns and cities, I would think, than something like this. Above game, something like this. Potentially.
I'll just like put a hand up to get everybody else to stop, and I'll hop down off Azrael and go invisible,
Okay.
and then stealth check
Sure.
25,
Okay.
and I'll go check it out without being noticed, hopefully. There's a battle map. I knew it.
I have a battle map for everything. How would you like to... Oh, wait, you're invisible, so it doesn't really matter.
Can I go into the woods off to the side?
How far into the
My
woods off
horse?
to the side?
Deep enough that I can see, but like deep enough that I can see, but also that I can try to hide using Mask of the Wild. So lightly obscured, I can attempt to hide. And it's in nature, so I would assume it'd be a little bit easier for me to, just so I can kind of like keep an eye out on what's going on.
Let me double check how that works.
Yeah, wood elf can do it more than
I can attempt to hide even when I'm only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
I will say, if you go into the woods, because it is the woods and it is snowing, roll stealth with advantage. And off to the left or the right?
We'll go off to the right so I can see kind of if I can, yeah, not all the way up there. I don't want to be in a dangerous place. A little bit back so I can see what's behind the rock. like that pathway that's there, but that's it.
Do you-
That is going to be an 18 for the stealth.
Okay. If you stay where you are, if you sneak up to this point and stay where you are, you're good. You feel like you're good.
That's where I'm staying.
Dietrich, when you get about 20 feet down the trail after you cast invisibility on yourself, with your passive perception of 21,
Mm-hmm.
you look down and realize there's a problem with this plan. Because the snow is falling, you are leaving
Yeah.
footprints in the mud.
I did not think of that. Hmm.
Hey, Rai,
Yeah.
can I do something?
Sure.
Can I? This is not combat. I want to cast Conjure Animals for 8 wolves that are just gonna run around and make a bunch of footprints in the area. Non-combat. They just gonna run around and just like come out of the woods and like.
I'm going to put 1 on the map because I want to see what you are talking about.
Well,
So do you want to like summon them behind you and have them like run out this way?
I want to summon them further in the woods in front of me and like kind of have them run out
So like
behind the cart and everything, just like making a bunch of noise.
so like over there within 60 feet you
Yes.
can see, right?
Yes.
Because it is 60 feet you can see. Double checking
Yes.
myself. Cool.
It's 60 feet. These are not for combat. I'm not going to be that butthole.
I mean,
But I do want them to chase people if they see
acceptable.
any.
Have them make perception checks.
How many do you want me to roll since there's 8 of them? 2 or 4?
2 with advantage. So 2 dice twice.
All right, first one's an 18 on the die. The other one's a 19 on the die. Let me pull up the. Pulling up other stuff here too. Let's see what is there. So a 19 and a dirty 20. They have +1.
19 and a dirty 20.
Yep.
Okay. They, because of the direction there, so you want them to come there, right?
Yeah.
They will spot in the tree that one, and the one hanging off the back of the cart. Pretty easily.
I'm going to have them run towards the one on the back of the cart, but where Dietrich might be able to see them and just start like trying to jump and claw up at him. Knowing they're probably going to get shot, but not really.
Just like nipping at him, like, oh my god, it's possibly food, or like actually attacking him.
Nipping like it's, oh my god, food. Like I want it to seem like wild wolves that I want them to shoot at.
Okay.
And I think when Dietrich sees this commotion happening, he'll pull out his sword and ignite it, which will still be invisible. Because the stuff I'm carrying is also invisible. So
But I don't think the light off of it is, or is it? You can make an attack roll if you want on him. Emerus.
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Nat 20
Okay.
and a 17 if it's 2 die because there's 8 of them.
Just do the first one.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Nat 20, which is a 24, and they hit for 7. I was just going to use the average damage on them so I don't have to roll a whole bunch of damage die.
But it's a crit, so it's 10 double. It's 10 plus 2. It's 12.
12, correct. And then they have to make a DC 11 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Okay. That is an 18 plus 0 for an 18. Bandit is going to make 2 shots with his crossbow, which Dietrich will hear. First one is a 19... 24 to hit.
Oh, that's going to hit.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Okay. Each wolf has 11.
Okay. The second one is a natural 20 for 13.
How far ahead of like the rest of us who hung back is this happening? Can we
Armor
like see what's
class is a
going on?
13. So let's see.
I don't know how far back you guys are. Did you guys stop at 100 feet or did you get closer?
Maybe like 10 or 20 feet closer, but leave it sort of more to the sneaky ones first.
Okay. I will say the horses you left at like 100 feet, and you guys are probably like 75 feet back now.
And I think as soon as Dietrich hears the crossbow go off, he'll start moving toward the cart
Okay.
at his normal speed.
Cool. So 30 feet will get you there.
Yeah. And they can probably figure out where I am from between the if the sword is shedding light, even though it's invisible, and between the footprints, like they can still figure out that I'm there, but I still have the invisibility condition, so
Yeah.
they'd at least have disadvantage.
So you guys would hear and I'm just going to put 2 of them on the map for the sake of spacing. So you guys would have heard like the wolves come out of the woods and like 2 crossbow shots going off at this point.
I'll manifest my spell deck 60 feet ahead of me.
Okay. So that will put it there. That is also visible, correct? It is not invisible?
Yes.
Okay.
And it sheds light in a 10-foot radius.
All right.
Dim light in a 10-foot radius.
Cool. So that will put it 15 feet in front of the cart, which means people can see it. So I need everybody to roll initiative.
Fair makes it just look like the figure from the Fool card, the guy about to just blithely walk off a cliff.
I love it. I love it. Give everybody a second here. Did anybody roll over a 20?
22.
22 for Dietrich. Anybody else? 20 to 15.
20.
15.
16.
Fair got a 17.
Do you have any plus to your dexterity?
Me?
Yes.
+3.
Oh, okay. So you were going first on tiebreaker. 16 for Farzu. What did Emrys get?
13.
13 for Emrys. Cool. Dietrich, you are up first. Nymeria is on deck.
So I guess the question is, have I surmised that these wolves were sent by Emrys, and that these are some kinds of bandits?
I will say with a passive perception of 21 and some idea that he has the ability to like conjure beast now, you can see that these are not normal wolves. These are fae that have taken the
Okay.
form of wolves, which is what this spell does. Which I did not know. I think that's cool as fuck, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I thought it just conjured animals. I didn't realize it was like, nah, you just summon fae
It's
beings
fae
to take
spirits.
fae spirits to take the form of wolves. So they do
Okay,
look vaguely fayish. So you would, it would be an assumption, but
Yeah. All right. So staying invisible, I'll move. I'll take my movement 30 feet to the closest bandit I can see.
All right, make a perception check.
Passive 21.
Okay, so you can see the two in the woods up there, and then you can see the one peeking its head out that's engaged with the wolves right now.
I'll go toward the one engaged with the wolves.
Okay,
Should be down to 7 wolves, by the way. One of them is dead.
I know there's only 7 wolves out there.
Oh, I can't count. Clearly, brain addled.
I can only count to 4. I can only count to 4.
I saw that too.
Actually, you said 10 and 13, so 2 of them should be dead. It should be 6.
Oh yeah,
I thought they had 11 hit points.
Yes, 10 and 13 is 24, and that's 22 for 2 of them.
Oh, is that how we're doing
they
it?
share a health. Yeah, that's how you do it. They share a health
Okay,
pool.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
I was using the minion rule that you used before, Rai. I
Yep.
assume that's what you wanted me to do.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Bonus action Hexblade's Curse. This bandit individual.
Okay.
And then I will Booming Blade with advantage because I'm invisible.
Yeah.
And because there are a lot of wolves around. What is
Pack
my-
tactics.
I'm going to use a luck point to reroll. Do I reroll both of them or just one?
You re-roll the lower one with luck.
Okay. That is a 26 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And I will make this hang on, because this is new. Yeah. I'm going to make this a maneuvering attack. Use one of those. So weapon die, booming blade die, maneuvering attack die, flame tongue, sneak attack. And that's 57 total damage.
How would you like to eviscerate this individual?
I think while he's focusing on the wolves, I'm just sneaking up behind him and he has no idea I'm there. And then my sword is just
Through
like
his
the next
chest?
thing he knows, my sword is just it through his chest and he's just looking around very confused.
Yeah. And he will fall down just absolutely fucking dead.
All right. So my invisibility drops,
Yes.
and because of maneuvering attack, I get to choose an ally who can hang on.
See or hear you.
An ally who can see or hear me, and they can move half their speed immediately with
Yes.
a reaction, with your reaction. Any volunteers?
Sure.
All right, Farzu, you can move half your speed.
Half of 25.
Yep. Cool.
And it's half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks, which is not important now, but might be in the future.
Yes.
I took it. I took it because I seem to be the only one in this party who has any interest in ever being in melee. So, like, just in case one of you gets caught, I can do the thing and you can get away.
All right. This person's gonna take 10 feet of their move or 20 feet of their move speed out to the road. They're gonna take their 2 shots at the wolves. That is a 12, which will miss, I believe.
AC 13.
Correct. The next one's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Is 8. No, 6 total damage.
Okay.
This one's gonna move through the woods there and then take 2 shots. That is a 21 and a 15 at the wolves again. That is full damage, which is 11 and then 6.
Okay, they're down to 42 health, so
2 more.
3 of them are left.
How much health?
42 out of 88. That's what they got left. So 3 are left because
Yep.
it's.
No, 2 are left. 33, they'd be down to 3.
No. They're down to 42 health.
Yeah, so there's 4 left.
Yes, and a 3 full and a hurt one.
Yep, exactly. And that is the front bandits' turns. This one is going to come over the rock. And actually, he'll stay 10 feet back because he has a glaive. And he will make 2 attacks on Dietrich. Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20 hits.
And then a 19.
That misses.
Cool. Oops. And then that is full damage, which is 14.
Uncanny dodge.
Cool.
Oh, I will take 7.
Cool. All right. Bear, you are up.
What about me?
Oh, sorry. Nymeria is up. Yes, Nymeria,
I,
yeah.
I rolled
Sorry.
a 20.
There's 3 at 20, so. Bleh. Yeah, Nymeria, you're up. Sorry.
I'm gonna like. Was I able to fashion Bjorn into like a backpack thing so I can just like have Ollie on my back?
Yeah, I thought this is what we talked about last week with making a baby Bjorn.
Well, I had initially pictured a side situation. Anyway, I am going to. How far away am I?
Currently about 75 feet. And actually, it's 50 from the edge of the map, but I'm going to do the horses as 75-foot marker.
So I can I see one of them?
Yeah, you can see the one in the middle of the road.
All right, I'm gonna hunter's mark that bitch.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. That's how it feels to drive the new Ford F-150.
And I am going to take my shots at it.
All right. All right, all right, all right.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
15 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then I'll shoot it again.
All right.
15?
That's their AC.
Great. And then I will use my grasping arrow on this one.
Okay.
So along with the regular hit, which is 10, 15, 15 piercing damage. But then a creature hit with by the arrow takes an extra 2d6 poison damage.
Okay.
So that's 7 poison damage. Its speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn that it moves a foot or more.
Yeah, I am aware what it does. Yeah, we had that come up literally
Okay.
Monday, right?
Sunday.
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 Yay.
Freaking Charles Entertainment cheese.
You did that, sir.
That is true. By the way, for those of you who weren't there,
It was a fun time.
It was.
Charles Entertainment cheese. Anywho, any movement?
Yeah, I'll do my full movement up
Okay.
towards the action.
All right. So you're now like 40 feet away from the cart. Esquire. That is correct. I forgot the Esquire. It's Charles Entertainment cheese Esquire. Okay. Now it is Fair's turn. Because I cannot read. I'm going to make Nymeria's name way bigger on this. Give me a second. Okay, Fair, you're up.
All right. I guess I will move. How far am I? You said I was like 50 feet or something.
75 feet out.
Okay, I'll move 30 feet closer.
Okay.
And how far away is my book or my deck?
From the cart, 15 feet. From Dietrich,
Okay.
like 25.
And can I see anyone? Any of the baddies?
You can see that one right there, and you can see that one that came out of stealth there.
Okay. What do they look like? Humanoid, I'm guessing.
Yep.
They're not dwarven
Nope. Face masks.
or
People covering their faces.
storm maw
No.
colors. Okay,
Yeah.
good. How far away, the one that just dropped stealth along the tree line, how far from my spell tome is that?
30 feet.
Okay, I will cast Hold Person on him through my book.
Okay. What is the save on that?
Wisdom 16.
That is an 18 on die, minus 1 for 17.
Damn.
Yeah, that's super lucky.
And let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it for me right now.
Okay.
Or actually, for my bonus action, I'll move the book like 10 feet up to see if I can get better vantage points. See anyone else? No, 10 feet like directly up in the air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pretty much see the entire combat. Like the
Cool.
wolves and Dietrich through it at that point, or your book can, rather.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
Can they see the other bandit behind the rock there?
Yes,
The one
the
that's
book can now
attacking
see it, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Alright.
All right. I'm done.
Cool. This one's gonna step out of stealth. This one's gonna step out of stealth. They're gonna make both. They're gonna take out the wolves because wolves are bad. That is a 9 and a 14 from that one. So 14 hits for 8 points of damage. Emrys.
Got it.
The other one's gonna take their 2 shots. Cocked is a 214, so it is 2 18s. 4, 7, and 10. So 17.
Yep. They have 17 left.
So 2 wolves are
Funny.
up. The bandits are very confused because the wolves just kind of go poof. They don't like fall down and die for them to skin. So they're kind of like put down their crossbows like, what? Farzu, you're up.
I will move up 25 feet.
Okay.
Am I? How far am I?
About 35 feet from that guy.
35 feet.
Yep, about 40, about 50 feet from him.
I was gonna do that, but I can't do that. It's not gonna work. Let's do a magic missile at 3rd level.
Okay.
Did they both get damaged or just
No,
one?
only that one did.
Okay, so I'll do damage to the other one.
To that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 3rd level, so that's 4.
3rd level is 5.
5.
3 plus 1
Like
plus
math.
1. Math.
Come on, I need one more. Okay. Uh, 16 damage.
Ooh. Alrighty. Anything else? Bonus action?
No bonus actions.
Cool. Alright. Emrys,
Not
you're
at
up.
this distance, anyways.
Emrys, you're up.
How far am I from the one in front of me?
About 40 feet. Because you're a little bit more into the woods.
All right. I'm going to move 10 feet forward.
Okay.
Then on top of the card, I'm going to use my bonus action.
Yeah.
And I'm going to summon a spirit totem. It's going to be Bear Spirit,
Okay.
which everyone within a 30-foot radius
Wow.
gets 14 temporary health points and advantage on strength checks and saves in the area.
Like on the corner, this corner of the cart?
Yeah.
30 feet?
Yep. That's my bonus action. Then I'm going to cantrip Thorn Whip the guy in front of me.
Cool. So Bear Totem is advantage on strength saving throws? what
And
else?
checks and 15 temporary hit points.
Okay.
15?
15. Cool.
And then I'm gonna thorn whip the ranger that's out there.
Hell
'cause
yeah.
You don't know where I'm at.
Hell yeah. So,
That's
yeah, make it
fun.
with advantage because he has no idea you're there.
Let me clear my dice tray. It keeps cocking on the dice that I have on. The
Yeah,
side
that's
of
why
it.
I had to start taking mine out of the dice tray too.
Sitting here, the 2 rolls hit dice tray. The dice in the tray. I was like, that's not gonna.
What they don't tell you about dice trays is you need 2.
So, with advantage, a nat 20 and a 2. So a nat 20.
Okay, cool. So 2d6 doubled.
So it hits. So it's 9 on the dice. So 18 total.
Alrighty.
Andy's pulled 10 feet closer to me.
As he kind of like limply lands on the ground dead.
Gonna end my turn.
Great. Dietrich, you're up.
All right. So there's this one of these a-holes is like right in front of me.
Yep. 10 feet to your right.
All right. I'm going to. You see other guys over there. Yeah, I'm just gonna step up into melee range and booming blade him.
Okay.
Look point. That is a dirty 20.
That will hit.
All right. I'm gonna make this another maneuvering attack.
Okay.
That's 30 damage total.
All right.
And who wants to move half their speed?
Note it does take your reaction.
Yeah, you would use your reaction to immediately move half your speed.
Sure.
Okay. It's gonna use it because his little short legs don't carry him as far.
Pretty much.
I
And
imagine
this
like you
guy-
guys running down the road and it's like the scene from Return of the King where Merry and Pippin skid.
And this guy's still up.
Yeah,
How's he look?
fine.
Action surge.
Okay.
Another booming blade.
Okay.
That's another dirty 20.
Cool.
Not gonna do a maneuver this time. So we'll just have the booming blade die. It's another 30 damage exactly.
Cool. Make a perception check for me.
24.
There is something off about this guy. Smell his attitude after taking just 2 stab wounds to the chest, and relatively looking okay after taking 2 gigantic hits from you.
I'm gonna step. So, like, in the course of making these 2 stabs, I'm sort of like maneuvering myself around him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take my movement and go kind of around to the other side of the rock.
Like there?
The other direction.
That direction. Okay.
Yeah. And bonus action hide while I'm back there. But before I bonus action hide, I'll say like, Who are you assholes? And then I'm hidden
Cool.
behind the rock.
Make a stealth check.
14.
Okay.
I rolled low.
Okay. Also, like, he clearly saw you run around the rock. Like,
Yeah.
all right. Correctly this time, Nymeria,
Cool.
as you won the tiebreaker or own the tiebreaker.
I'm gonna move up.
Okay. You can see him. You can see him. You can see him.
Well, my original quarry died, right?
Yes.
Over there.
Yeah.
So as a bonus action, I will move my hunter's mark to the last one that you highlighted. Yeah, that
The one that got hit by the magic missile?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I will take my 2 shots.
Okay.
I try really hard to focus, but as I pull back, Ollie's like playing with my arm because that was a nat one.
Aw. And you see an arrow go,
Ooh.
and you just hear Ollie in the back go,
Pretty much.
"Alright."
Second shot though is a 27.
That
so I'm
will
pretty
definitely
sure that
hit, yeah.
hits.
Their AC is 15. That fucking hits.
$17 points of damage.
Okay.
And Albert will go in and flank something for
He already
somebody.
took his 30 feet of move speed.
Oh, he came with okay.
Yeah, he came with you.
That's fair. I will also wait. Do I have to be within 30 feet of Albert to take his damage, or does the thing have to be the enemy?
The enemy has to be within 30 feet. So you are within 30 feet, though.
Okay, so I will take his extra lightning damage.
Yeah. It should just be 1d6 lightning, right?
That's what I was looking up because I don't remember. Yep, 1d6.
Cool.
Which is a 4, so 4 lightning damage.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Cool. He, in response, is going to turn his ass around and fire 2 shots back at Nymeria. That is a 18
Yeah, it's my AC.
and a 19, so both hit. For 6 damage and 8 damage piercing.
So 14.
Yes.
Yay.
Cool. Roll your booming blade damage for me, Diedrich.
10.
Cool. Because he's going to come around the rock. Here. 10 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And as he swings down with this glaive, you see the thing grow by about 3 feet as he kind of like rips out of his armor Boom.
That's upsetting.
Like purple, like blue ash skin, white, shocking white hair. First one, I cocked it, is a 16.
Miss.
Second one is a 21.
That'll hit.
It's 22 points of slashing damage.
Uncanny dodge, so I'll take 11.
Okay. All right. Fair, you are up.
So looking through my spell deck, could I this dude just like hulked out kinda?
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell like what he is?
Make a history check.
History. 18.
Seems more like something that would come from like a children's book than actual reality. You can't quite, in the heat of the moment, you can't quite place it. There are a
Okay.
couple options for what it could be.
It was the heat of the moment.
Thank you. Thank you.
And let's see. The red circle is the totem's effect, right? And that goes out to
Yes.
30 feet.
Yes.
All right.
So you would get to the edge of it. Is the 15 temporary hit points only the people who started in it?
No, anyone in
No.
the circle.
No, it's anyone in the circle when it appears gets the 15.
Oh, okay.
The other stuff is anyone who's in the
Static,
circle.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Static. But the temp hit points are just that one time when it's first summoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just when it appears.
Yeah. And I'm about 60 feet away or 50 feet away from the cart.
Yeah.
I guess I will take my movement and move 30 feet closer.
Just to the edge of the circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also slightly off. It should be like that.
Okay. And let's see, who all do I have line of sight from? Not from my deck.
Those two.
Just
now.
those two. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And are either of them hurt?
That one is hurt as fuck. Like you can see
Okay.
like the blood spilling onto the light pools of snow are stained
Okay.
red.
All right. I will hit him with level 1 magic missile.
Okay.
And it's 3 for 1 magic missile, right?
Yep.
For level 1, yeah.
Also, that is the only thing I ever convinced Jeremy Crawford's been wrong about.
All right, wow, almost max damage. So it's 1d4 plus 1 for each of them. So that's
Yes.
14 damage total.
Cool. You did. He was at 37 HP. 14 takes him to 51, which is enough to kill him.
Okay. And then
So that was almost spot on.
precision. And then I guess bonus action, I'll keep my book about 10 feet off the ground and move it, like, just to sort of hover over the cart.
Okay. It can now see that one.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
All right, I'm done.
All right. This back one is going to make 2 shots at fair. That is a 12 into 13.
Both of those miss, actually.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
All right. And then this one's going to take 2 shots at Dietrich. That is a 10 and a 22. So I think only one hits.
Yeah, the 22 hits.
For 10 piercing damage. As from the line of trees, you guys all hear like another volley of crossbow bolts kind of come out. Farzu, you're up.
Can I move up another 25 feet?
Yes.
If I go to the right, would I be 30 feet from someone?
No.
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 I'm not 30 feet from anyone.
No, you're not. You're like 35 feet from him. You'd be 30 feet from the Ani if you could see him.
So if I went to the right?
But you would have to go so far right that you would only be able to move forward like 10 feet to see him. Yeah, that's the issue.
Can I see anyone from where I'm at?
You can see him, yeah. But he's not within 30 feet.
Fine, let's do another magic missile at that guy at 3rd level.
Okay. It's kind of laughing because, like, Firebolt is right there. It's 2d10 now, right? Level 9. When do cantrips level up? I always forget.
11.
That's your next
5,
level up. When are they first level up?
5.
5, 11,
11
and
and
17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought it was like 9, 11, and 17, and they, like, backloaded it, but I guess not.
Actually, yeah, let's do Firebolt.
Okay.
Because, yeah, 2d10 is
I don't give
better?
a fuck how big the room is. I cast Fireball.
Alright, so Firebolt to that guy.
Cool. There is no eye in team, but there are 6 eyes, and fuck it, I don't care how big the room is. I cast Fireball.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Now I need to find the d10s.
Give me 1 second while you're rolling. I drank my water way too fast.
She demands all the pets.
I'm about to go ham on that guy that's hitting you right now, Dietrich.
Cool.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something crazy.
Can you go turkey? There's a shortage.
Yes, would you like turkeys? I can make those appear.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, go ham, summon a giant boar.
No, I got a better idea.
There's a turkey shortage.
Alrighty. What's up? How much
Sad.
damage? How much?
13.
13 points of damage. Okay.
And I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Emrys, you are up. Also, don't forget about your wolves.
Yeah, I know. My wolves are gonna move over and get in range of
Yeah.
that thing. But would I know anything about this from my history? Is it like foreign to this area?
Make a check. Make a history check.
Or history? Oh, that's not good. 11.
No clue.
No clue. That's fine. I hit it with blight, level 5. It's con 18.
His only good save, 19 for a 26. 25. Sorry, 18 for a 24. Sorry. I
Okay,
cannot math.
That's fine. It's still gonna take some damage.
Yeah, it is still going to take some damage. Chickens are better at collecting people up. Oh, boo.
Wow.
That pun was foul.
It's okay. I rolled 45 on the die and it takes half.
They fucking did it.
What happened?
The Astros just threw the second no-hitter in World Series history.
They actually threw the no hitter.
They actually did.
Damn.
God damn.
So 22 points of damage. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't need to not after their comments about ending the series early.
Then my wolves are gonna go attack.
Wait. How many pitchers did they use?
More than one.
It's not a no hitter,
It's a combined no-hitter.
which is not a thing. It's not a no hitter.
Well, you can debate the semantics of that. It's the second time there have been no hits in a World Series
There it
game.
is. Yeah. A no hitter is an individual achievement. I will die on that hill. I am that old fart.
Right.
Anyway, anything else, Emrys? Like movement or
Wolves go into attack.
cool?
Fine. The Astros just threw a combined notable achievement. Rob Manfred.
It's just a piece of metal, man. They have pack tactics, so right.
Wolves, they should.
They're fey creatures marauding as wolves, though, so maybe not.
That's dire wolves that do.
I'm pretty sure regular wolves do too.
Let me double check. So many character things open. Anyway. Yeah, they do. So roll one. So one attack with advantage. So 2 dice still.
They do. That's probably not gonna hit. That is 14.
No, that'll miss.
Okay, that ends my turn. I am gonna move to the edge of the woods where I'm
Okay.
still kind of hidden now.
Okay.
Like I assume they don't know I'm there, but I could be wrong. So I want to stay far enough back that they don't know I'm there.
Ouch. Right.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the game, or before the game at like 7 o'clock
Yeah.
tonight, Wawa's official Twitter account tweeted out, "Every time the Phillies get a hit, take a bite of your hoagie."
Oh no. There's a lot of uneaten hoagies, aren't there?
R.I.P. all of those hoagies.
By the way, this is crazy. There have been 3 no-hitters in postseason history. 2 of them have been in Citizens Bank Park. Dusty Baker
Yeah.
was the visiting manager for 2 of them.
That's hilarious.
I forgot he was the Reds manager when that was thrown. What was 14 misses. Anything else, or
That's it.
I may have some idea. Dietrich, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to bonus action cast Wrathful Smite. Wrathful Smite.
Wrathful Smite. Say that with 10 times fast.
No. I'll walk up within 5 feet of him and Booming Blade.
Okay.
I'm going to use my last luck point on that.
Okay.
That is a 24 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
I will make this another maneuvering attack.
Wisdom 16, by the way.
Yes, Wisdom 16.
That is a 12 plus 4 for 16. Son of a bitch.
And there's no dunce anymore to silvery barbs everything.
Nope.
And damage. So he
3
takes
characters on Monday who can.
right.
And I only can change it from if they're rolling
Uh,
advantage with and roll a 20.
so that's 42 damage total. Assuming he takes full fire, thunder, psychic.
Yes, he does.
Okay. 42.
Cool.
And then I will move to the right and go into the woods. 30 feet.
Okay. Into the
And
thick of it.
at, as I'm like backing away, I'll just ask like, no, but seriously, who the hell are you?
You see like his really like gnarly smile, like all of his teeth are like filed through a point. It just kind of looks at you and goes,
And he just hears back from the woods. That doesn't answer my question.
and then you stealth check.
I'm not. I don't have my bonus action left
Oh,
to
okay.
hide, so I'm just going in there try to get some half cover maybe if I
Cool.
get attacked at range.
Cool.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right.
Oh, sorry, maneuvering attack. Who wants half their movement as a reaction right now?
Sure.
Go for it.
Straight ahead or to the right?
To the right. Yeah.
Okay. Still can't see him over the rock, but you have a better shot at that guy now. Cool. It's now Nymeria's turn, too.
So, but I can see the guy that's like right to my right, right?
That guy? No, that's Emrys there.
Ah, well, I mean, I can see Emrys though.
Yeah.
But I know I can hear the fighting on the other side of the rock, so
Yes.
I will continue in that direction until I have visual.
Okay. So that's like another 15 feet.
That's fine.
Cool.
And then I will bonus action move my hunter's mark.
Okay.
And shoot him twice.
Cool.
29.
Hits.
$21 damage. Second. Natural 20.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So that is, what is it? 15 plus. I hate how this shit works.
It's your weapon die maxed.
8.
Another weapon die rolled. Plus your bonuses.
2.
So 10.
Plus the 7 from the weapon.
Yes.
So 17. Plus hunter's mark.
Doubled.
Okay, that's a 4, so 8, so 25.
Okay.
And then if Albert has any movement left, he'll go that direction.
Yeah, Albert would still have like 10 feet of movement.
I will also take Albert's lightning damage.
Cool.
1.
So 2.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. There are no more bandits in the front group, so they do not go. Need to read something real quick. Okay. Dietrich, Nymeria, and Emrys. He's going to, on his turn, go invisible.
Okay. I have Hunter's Mark, so I know where he is.
Now, you have advantage to find him and track him. And he moves 30 feet. And that is his turn. I'm just going to leave him on top of the rock for reference. Bear, you are up. Actually, I guess the wolves can make an opportunity attack at disadvantage, correct?
And is he
would
leaving
be a s-
footprints?
So it would be a straight roll from the wolves because they have pack tactics.
It'd be one die, yeah. If you wanted to, Emerus.
Yeah, well. It's a 2, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. I will say your book is not close enough to see at this current moment, but it is your turn now. So
All right, but I could see him disappear at least.
yeah, the book sensed him disappearing.
Yeah. All right. How far is it from where I'm to the top of the rock?
Um, 10, 20, 30 gets you up to the first tier of the rock.
Okay. How tall is the rock?
About 15 feet.
Okay. I want to Misty step to the top of the rock, but I think I'd have to move a little bit first.
Yeah, you'd have to move 15 feet, and then you can Misty step
Yeah.
the other 30. Yeah.
I'll do that. Yeah.
And I'll move them to the cart to give you space up there.
Do I see any of the other? There's still how many of the other bandits left? It looks like
2.
2, one on each side.
Yep.
How are they both looking?
You can't really tell on either of them.
Okay. Oops. I'll cast Toll the Dead on the closest one, so Wisdom 16.
Okay. 5 plus 0 for a 5.
Okay. Is he missing hit points?
No,
or
he is not.
Alright.
Now he is.
He is now missing 13 hit points.
He is now.
Well, assuming no resistance to necrotic damage, he is missing 13 hit points now.
Yeah, he is missing 13 hit points now. There is no resistance to necrotic damage, not here.
Alright. Yeah, and I use my bonus action to style points, teleport to the top of the rock, so my book will stay where it is. And I'm done.
What is your book doing?
The book is staying where it is because I use my bonus action
Oh,
to
okay.
move myself.
Cool. Great. All right. The bandit you told is going to take...
Not my turn?
No, the back bandits go before you.
Oh.
And then you go. Is going to take 2 shots at fair. That is a 17 and a 22.
Okay, both of those hit.
6 on the first one. And I cocked a D8 on the D20 on the second. 8 on the second.
All right.
And then this one's going to step 10 feet. Or 15 feet that way and take 2 shots at Farzu. 22 to hit.
meets it, beats it, right?
Yep.
No. So if it was a 22, it would still hit me, right?
Correct.
Well, that would have been 21. Never mind. Yeah.
Wait, what are you debating doing?
Shield. Adds 5. Would be 21.
Yeah,
So I mathed wrong at first.
got it. So it is max damage 11 on the piercing on the first one and 8 piercing damage on the second.
So 19.
Yep.
Okay.
And that is the back bandit's turn. Farzu, you are up.
If I was to put myself, cast invisibility on myself, would I be able to see other invisible creatures?
No.
Damn.
There are two ways to see invisible creatures. I don't think you have either of them yet.
Since that guy just hit me, let's do some fun and do a witch bolt at him
Okay.
at level 4.
Okay.
What is that? I'll do it quicker this way. $24 to hit.
Yeah, 24 hits.
4d12s. That will be 40 damage.
40 points of damage.
Yep.
Cool. You see this lightning just kind of rage through his body and just kind of and just short circuit as he falls unconscious.
Ooh. Light him like a Christmas tree.
Okay. Any movement?
Sure, let's take another 25 closer to the cart.
Okay. Or you want to move over to angle like with everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Emrys.
So I have no clue where he is.
No.
Can I get a 20-foot ring? 10-foot diameter?
10-foot diameter? Yeah.
Or no, 20 feet diameter.
20-foot diameter. Yes, you certainly can.
I want to see how big it is.
Let me stretch it out appropriately.
20-foot diameter or 20-foot radius?
20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high.
Oh, wait, what?
20 feet diameter, 20 feet high.
Huh.
So, a 20-foot sphere?
I am so confused. What spell are you casting?
Don't worry about it yet.
Well, I need to know because I want to make sure you're doing it right.
I just need a solid surface within range that I can see.
Oh, it is a 10-foot radius. It's not a 20-foot radius.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot radius, 20-foot diameter, which is what I said. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that was a little bit confusing. So, yeah,
I'm
that
just
is...
figuring out if I'm casting
That's
it or
about
not,
how big
because
that
I
would
want
be.
to see. Yeah, I don't know where he's at, so I'm not just gonna blindly shoot in the dark with that spell, or else I would. I just wanted to get like size on it so I could estimate what I would see. There's no way I'm dropping that because I know Fair is the last place I saw him, so I'm not doing that shit. Excuse my language.
Gotcha.
How far away is the further one out there?
Within 40 feet of you.
Great. Dissonant Whispers. Wisdom 18 save.
Cool. Two for a 2.
12 damage, and it has to move away from me as far as it can
Okay.
with its speed.
So we'll move 30 feet that way.
And then I guess my wolves are just gonna like start smelling to see if they can smell this thing since they were up close with it.
Alrighty. Have them make a perception check with advantage.
Uh, 16.
Do you want them to follow the smell?
Yes.
Okay. I'll get rid of that radius to not confuse everybody.
Follow your nose.
They kind of like go over here and they just kind of like just start barking like like but they like look up and like look around at them like they are confused.
That's okay. Still, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
That'll end my turn.
Cool. Dietrich.
So do I see any bandits still alive?
You see that one running through the woods. I believe that's the last one left.
How far away am I from him?
About 40 feet.
All right, yeah, I'll go take 30 feet toward him and then bonus action dash
Yep.
to get the remaining 10.
Cool.
Booming blade.
Yep.
24 to hit.
Cool.
$37
All right.
damage.
That is way more than enough to kill him.
Then I'll take the last 20 feet of my movement to just head back toward the group.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Great. Nymeria, you're up.
So to try to find him would be an action.
Yes. However, you'd have advantage on it because of...
I know. I guess. Well, I rolled a 5 and a 4, so I don't think I'm finding him.
Okay.
Oh, but it's survival?
Yeah, it's perception or survival check, depending on how you want to track them.
So 15?
Okay. even from where you are, because you saw where he turned invisible from here. There are no footsteps leading away from where he was standing. None. Yet, when you saw Dietrich walking away invisible, you saw footprints. You don't know how, but you're pretty sure this guy literally just walked away.
Or he flew away.
Somehow didn't leave footprints or flew away.
I mean, we're certainly familiar with people who can fly. Like, we have
Yeah, you
winged
guys have
boots.
flying. You guys have wing
Like-
boots, so yeah.
So like, huh? Like, guess he can fly.
He didn't leave any footprints, so I'm pretty sure he didn't like walk away.
I suppose he could have teleported. Maybe he's in the middle of the ocean somewhere right now.
Is that how teleport works?
That's how it worked for us.
That doesn't sound very fun.
Alright.
I have a feeling we're not that lucky. What was he attacking us with?
A glaive.
Are we out of initiative?
No? Was Dimerius anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
No.
Any movement? Do you want to move closer to see, or...
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I'll have Albert there, too. Okay. I'll spare the baby. I need... Emrys, Farzu, and Fair to make... And the wolves to make Constitution saving throws, please.
I'm gonna take an inspiration.
I got a 17.
Okay, that saves.
I ended up with an 18 after the inspiration.
That saves.
22.
That saves. So you all take half of 54, which is what?
The wolves got a
27.
16.
27 cold damage as this cone of cold goes out from the woods behind you.
Absorb elements.
Okay.
The
So-
wolves are gone now.
Yeah, so 13 points of damage.
Oh, right. I'll absorb elements as well.
Okay. Fair, you're up.
That would be half of 27, right?
Yeah.
Do I see him now?
Oh, yeah. He comes out of invisibility at the end of his breath weapon.
Okay. And let's see, how far is he from me? Oh, he's like 30 feet away or something ish.
Yes. Pretty damn close to it.
I will cast a Mind Spike at him. It's a Wisdom 16.
Okay. That is a 10.
Alright, so he will take 3d8 psychic damage for a total of 20, and his invisibility will not work on me as long as I can maintain concentration.
Cool.
And then I will use my bonus action to move my spell tome.
Wait, how much is the total damage? I don't think I wrote it down right.
It was 20.
I did not write it down right. Okay.
20 psychic damage.
Yeah, I put 10 down, not 20. Cool.
And then I will use my bonus action to move my spell tome closer. Yeah.
Does it have 30 feet of move speed or more?
30, pretty sure. Let me just double check.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Cool. Nice.
And yeah, I will stay up there. I'm done.
Awesome. Farzu.
Am I within 30 feet of him?
Yes.
That fucker hurt a lot of us, most of us. I'm going to turn around and cast Witch Bolt at level 5.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Okay.
Hits.
Yeah.
Uh, 37 damage.
Doing math real quick on my calculator because I'm not. Cool. All right, how you doing this?
I'm going to make him explode with lightning. Just makes him go boom.
The full metal glaive that he wields is your focus of this, and you shoot your lightning, and it kind of goes through it and through his arms, and you just see kind of like all these blue and purple blood vessels along his arms, just kind of all over as a kind of like instant bleed out. Not necessarily the explosion you were looking for, but still a messed up way to kill somebody, Barzu.
Oof. Can I go search the body now?
Certainly.
God damn, Farzu.
While he's chuckling, I'm running forward to start seeing if there's anything on him like that scythe or anything fun.
I say that there was a shocking experience.
Would you like to feel the strength of my shock?
No, thank you.
Aren't you the little psychopath? So, what the hell was that thing? And why was that thing?
Now that you aren't in combat and trying to recall things on the fly, Bear and Emrys can make another attempt at deciphering the mystery of this.
History
check, right?
Yes.
17.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend an inspiration.
I have an 18 if someone wants it.
22.
I have a 6.
22.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, what was Emrys's again?
17.
Okay. 22. There are fairy tales about this thing called the Ani. It's an ogre that has some type of innate magical power. They're typically in stories told to scare children.
Probably the only kind of stories Fair heard growing up.
Probably. That is a very good assumption.
Well, that answers what? Let's. Can I search his body? I'd like to see if I can figure out why.
Okay. Yeah, Emrys was there first, so Emrys, investigation check.
$15.
And I've got a 14 when I arrive.
Okay. Cool. He doesn't really have anything much on him. His glaive is extremely heavy. Would be very difficult for anybody to pick it up without just like an incredible amount of strength.
We've got the bag of holding, right?
Yes.
Could we like kind of like
Put it on the
uh,
ground and
sl- yeah,
slide it in.
like slip the bag of holding over it and
Slide it in.
Yeah, yep.
slide the bag of holding over it and then
Yeah, certainly you can do that.
Cool, I'm gonna do
Um,
that. It's now in my bag.
Make a... Two of you make a medicine check.
19.
Okay.
18.
There are like animal skulls in its pockets and things that is kept, but they're all like very small on that roll. Baby animal skulls. Fair, a lot of the stories you were told about the Ani is in fairy tale. Is it ate and lived off of babies. So like, is this like a vegetarian Ani that just eats like animals instead?
Interesting.
So nothing else on him, like any kind of documents about like was there a bounty on us or
No.
I'll go check the closest to the bandit corpses.
I'll check some of those too.
Okay.
is it just like a random fairy tale villain just in the middle of the road?
No, like a random lost god in the middle of my antique shopping. Hardly the strangest thing that's happened to us, I think.
You find 1 gold, 8 silver in one of their pockets, 6 silver in another, 5 gold, 9 silver in another pocket. And then obviously they have crossbow bolts and such on them.
Okay. How much gold is that total? Gold and silver?
I think it's like 7.8
7 gold, 8 silver, yeah.
total.
Okay.
What kind
Divided-
of crossbows?
Crossbow bolts. Regular crossbow bolts.
What kind of crossbows?
Light crossbows.
I'm gonna grab those.
Yeah, you can grab all 5 of them if you want to.
Yeah, I'll grab 5 of them.
Free money.
I can use them. I can
Still
use
like
them
that
too.
meme. Did you know you can just take goblin scimitars and sell them? I got like 50 in my backpack.
It's like 1 gold and 5 silver per person, with like 3 silver left over.
Okay.
And
Okay.
1 gold, 5 silver, you said?
yeah,
Is somebody gonna go through the stuff on the cart? I know it was empty on the map. I just didn't add stuff to it. as
Oh
well.
yeah.
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 I'll go.
For that.
I'll
Okay.
go through the cart.
I'll go to the cart.
Okay. I'll say between all of you, actually, Nymeria roll, you have a negative investigation.
Oh, I do have a negative investigation. So 9.
Nymeria kind of moves some stuff around on the top while you guys like dig through the bags and boxes and stuff. And there is various and sundry stuff that you can definitely tell they have stolen from people running this on the road. Skins, various and sundry like non-important valuables, like some really small like 5 gold jewels and such.
So like stuff that's not that valuable to us, but there might be a reward if we return it.
Potentially.
Someone's probably missing all this stuff.
Or the previous owners are all dead.
Perhaps.
Well, isn't that how now we have now acquired this stuff? They killed those people and took it, and now we killed them and took it?
Well, but I didn't see them keep any trophies of regular-sized people. Seemed like they only kept trophies of baby animals.
She just hugs Ollie and goes, mm-mm.
We wouldn't let anything happen to Ollie.
How many bolts?
They each had 20. I'll math and send it to you.
Okay.
Is the cart operational, or is it like does it have a broken axle or something?
Make a investigation check while I send this to Farzu.
Passive 13.
Wait, they did not use half of their bolts. I mathed wrong. Sorry, there you go. Sorry, what was that? 18?
Passive 13.
Passive 13. You kind of kick around the edge of the cart, and you notice that somebody approaching on the road would think this cart was broken, but really, they just used their strength to take out the axle from one of the wheels to make it look broken.
How long does Emrys's bear spirit last?
An hour.
So we would still have advantage on a strength check to
Yeah.
try to reattach it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we all suck at that. So
I can give
Who
someone an 18, whoever has the best strength.
I think we all have negative strength.
I think
I-
one of you has a +0 and the rest of you have negative.
I have a +0.
I have a plus
Okay.
zero.
All right.
Yeah, so
Plus 0.
I guess
Chunky
Nymeria and
boy.
Farzu are tag teaming us, so both of you make a
Yeah.
strength. Both of you make a strength check, or sorry,
I have
athletics if you have
19 and a
proficiency.
17.
Can
Oh, I
And
have proficiency.
Can I give guidance?
To Farzu, certainly.
Yes, Farsi
And-
guidance.
And you would both have advantage because of the bear spirit, right?
Yes.
So
18.
I got it. I'll take my 18 and then add a D4.
Okay.
21.
Okay. Just because I like the image of this, with Barzu basically getting underneath the axle and cart and basically acting as a deep gnome, like,
Jack.
car jack, lifts it up
Jack.
as Nymeria slips the heavy metal wheel onto the cart as it works. I just imagine like Farzu like getting underneath there, just going like, whoop.
Wow, that's hysterical mom strength.
Bear totem strength, baby.
You've heard all the stories about like the mothers who can like lift a whole wagon if their baby's trapped underneath or something like that.
Yeah.
I've been lifting weights. Can you tell?
Oh yeah. I also forgot to mention in the cart there are some owlbear feathers too.
Who finds the owlbear feathers? Because Nymeria had a low investigation.
I would say Farzu or Emrys found them.
Yeah.
I'll let Farzu. He likes things like that.
Okay.
If it was me, I was going to say hide them from Nymeria so she doesn't get distraught.
I stick the feathers in my pocket. Trying to hide them.
Could I borrow a dagger from someone? The piercing weapon doesn't really get this particular job done.
Fair will hand him a dagger.
And I'm gonna go try to cut off the Ani's head,
Okay.
and then I'll use my flame tongue rapier to cauterize if necessary.
Make an athletics check.
Oh boy. Advantage on this? Because bear spirit?
I will say, yeah, you can spend 10 minutes and drag the body into the circle, yeah.
Okay. Whew, I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 15.
So,
Which
14?
gives me a 14.
It is not done very, very well, but you're able to hack it off with the dagger after like 20 minutes of just going like, just trying to get the spine to detach and then like ripping through. Because it is thick, leathery skin.
When I'm finally done with that, I walk back with I'm holding just like a severed head, and I just like hand the dagger back, and I'm kind of covered in like weird colored blood,
Blue and purple blood.
blue and purple blood. Like here.
Fair like leans in to kiss him and says, "Sharpen that before you give it back to me."
Are you talking about the dagger, or
Yes.
you're talking about the dagger? Gotcha. Noted. No,
No.
I just thought it might be good to have evidence. I think returning all of this loot to its rightful owners could bring a decent reward, perhaps, and none of the items in there really seem that valuable to us. And if we can bring this thing to the local authorities, perhaps there will be something else in it for us.
Seems like proper karma since it was carrying trophy heads of its own.
Indeed.
Just a thought above game. If you could change the color of the blood, that would make the butcher's bib a bit cooler and a little less creepy.
Above game, I would totally allow that.
He said blue and purple blood. My brain went, oh.
That's actually because Dietrich's shield has a purple eye and blue waves on it now.
All right.
And his skin is still orange. So he looks like a Lisa Frank drawing threw up. Like on a boat.
Yeah, pretty much right now. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He's just a multicolored, like he looks like on Holi. Do you ever celebrate Holi? The Indian holiday with the powder?
Yeah,
that you
that
throw?
but Ani
Yeah.
blood.
It's that. Yeah, he looks like that,
But Ani
except
blood.
it's blood.
Yeah. All right. I assume you guys are going to get back on the road now.
And are we going to take the wagon with us? I assume we can now that it's fixed and we have the horses.
Take a
Yeah.
short rest too, so I can spend a hit die or 5.
Sure.
Did that actually hurt? Did that actually hurt?
Yes, quite a bit actually.
Okay.
I'm down to 26.
Yeah, let's take a short rest.
Before the short rest, I'll second wind because I'm going to get that back on the short rest anyway.
Me
Same.
sitting here like everybody should be fine after that. I'm down to 26. Real?
All right. I'm back. The second wind gets me up to 71 out of 77.
Christ.
So I think I'm good there. But I will short rest because I get my Hexblade's Curse back, I get my Action Surge back, I get all my maneuvers back.
Great.
And I get my spell slot back.
So absolutely, but taking like 40 to 50 minutes to do everything and then take an hour short rest. If you guys do want to actually make it to Cote Vert, I will need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw for the long travel day. Unless you guys want to stop a couple hours short at dusk. So you can do the con. You can do the con saving throw, or
And if
you
you
can
fail-
make it to Cote Vert.
And if we fail, we get a point of exhaustion.
The next day, yes.
Okay.
We don't
I'm
have
willing
to take
to
the
do it.
short rest if we're going to Covert, though. How
But-
far away are we?
You guys are still like 5 hours away. It would have been tight to make it to dusk, but spending the 50 minutes to search
Yeah.
everything and chopping the head off and taking the short rest will definitely put you guys into town at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Well, could we take turns taking short rest in the cart while it's moving? The people that aren't doing the animal handling?
Yeah, certainly, but the cart also slows you down, so you would still need to.
Yeah, but I'm saying we could get the cart moving with 2 people doing animal handling while people in the back are short resting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to start driving the cart then if they want to do that.
Cool.
Is my thought on it.
Animal handling checks from 2 people, please, who are going to pilot it. Or at least get it rolling.
So who doesn't need to short rest?
I
don't-
can go without one.
I don't need to.
Okay. And you can just tie your horses to the side of the cart and drag them down.
17.
Animal handling?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dirty
Eight.
20.
18.
Okay. Between the 3 of you guys get the cart
Oh.
hooked up to the horses. There we go. And get it started no problem so that people can take a rest in the back while you guys attempt to make it to Covert this evening.
Stephen Colbert.
Covert.
Burlap sack.
Yeah, you were saying something, Dietrich?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, we can take it in shifts. Like, if it's 5 hours, it takes an hour to short rest. So
Yeah.
then somebody who was just resting can come up and take over the animal
So
handling.
before you
while
get to town,
people get
everybody can
rest.
take
So, yeah,
a short rest.
yeah.
And because of the speed of the cart, if you are going to push into the city tonight, everybody make a Constitution saving throw, please.
22.
That definitely saves it.
$17.
Saves.
I'm gonna inspiration mine.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Great.
I spent an inspiration on mine and got a 16.
I mean, the 13 saved, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
It's so nice having everybody make saving throws and not needing to be like, are they within 10 feet of me?
Yeah. I'm tired of hearing
You're
about it.
you're
I'm
within 10
tired of
feet?
hearing about it, to be honest.
But we love
yeah.
being
Farzu.
within 10 feet of you.
Yeah, Farsi, what'd you get?
A Constitution saving throw.
Yes. Yeah, it's like a DC 12 and it goes up every day you push more than 8 hours.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Everybody saves, so nobody will have a point of exhaustion tomorrow as you guys roll into town, lit up like a Christmas tree as you come out of the woods. Through into Southgate is the road that you are taking into town.
Okay.
And that is where we'll pick up next time.
I'm just confused why that got thrown at us. An Oni? That quick?
Ani.
On
We never got the Ani's name.
No.
We didn't.
All right, I'm gonna name it Ani DeFranco.
Is that where you're using your 100 channel points? 100k channel points?
No, that is not my 100,000 channel points.
Okay.
You
Then
know
it's
what my
not-
100,000
then that's not
channel
its name.
points is gonna be.
That's not the name. We'll see you guys next Monday for another episode of Sawyer 7. Till next time, peace out, guys. Woo!